As most of you are aware, Anthony Joshua is contractually obligated to fight a rematch with Vladimir Klitschko if Klitschko decides to exercise the rematch clause within the next couple of weeks. Now that may conflict with Anthony Joshua's IBF mandatory obligation. He's supposed to fight Kubrat Pulev next, but there has been talk of the IBF possibly granting Anthony Joshua an exemption and allowing him to fight Klitschko in his next fight rather than Pulev. And rightly, people are saying, hang on, isn't there a double standard here with the IBF? Because when Tyson Fury was in that situation, they stripped him immediately. They didn't grant him no exemption. There wasn't even talk of any possible exemption. Now, Joshua hasn't been given an exemption yet. He's applied for it. And Team Sauerland, that's Kubrat Pulev's promoter, they have told the IBF that, they're not going to accept the exemption. They don't want the IBF to accept the exemption. They want to really force this Pulev-Joshua fight. So why are the IBF talking as though they might actually give Joshua an exemption here? What's the double standard? Well, Eddie Hearn, in an interview I just finished watching on IFL TV, explained that the reason Tyson Fury was stripped immediately is because in an IBF mandatory situation, when the IBF order negotiations to start, either party, either the champion or the challenger, can call for immediate purse bids. And once immediate purse bids are called, then there can be no exemption once the immediate purse bids are called. And he said that when Fury beat Klitschko and the IBF called for negotiations to begin between Team Fury and Team Glasgow, I believe it was, Kathy Duva, who's the other side of the equation, immediately called purse bids. And that's why Fury couldn't get the exemption. Whereas Eddie Hearn is saying that in this situation with Joshua and Pulev, neither side called immediate purse bids. And because neither side called immediate purse bids, Team Joshua, which is Eddie Hearn, they were able to put in an exemption request with the IBF before the immediate purse bids were called. Now, is there collusion between Eddie Hearn and Team Sauerland to allow that situation to occur? Because Sauerland are a very experienced promotional outfit. They know what they're doing. They could have called immediate purse bids straight away as soon as they got their letter through. Was Eddie Hearn given the heads up by the IBF about when the negotiation period would start before the Sauerlands were, so that Eddie Hearn could get in with his exemption request before the Sauerlands were aware of it? Maybe Eddie Hearn and the Sauerlands came to some agreement behind the scenes and said, you know what, look, we'll pay you this amount of money and, you step aside and the IBF allow an exemption. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Because, as I say, in the IFL interview, Eddie Hearn is saying that Team Sauerland are not accepting this exemption request, or they're telling the IBF not to accept the exemption request. So I don't know, but I suggest for those of you who are interested in it, go and watch the IFL interview and see what you think of it. See if you buy Eddie Hearn's explanation for why there seems to be, I don't want to say one rule for one and a different rule for the other, because that's how it appears on the surface. But, that's why Eddie Hearn says that the Joshua Klitschko situation is different than the Fury Klitschko situation with regards to the IBF mandatory. So yeah, have a look at that, people. See what you think. Is it legit? Is it not? I don't know. It seems a bit strange to me still. Hearn is saying that Team Fury didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know the rules. Whereas he's saying that we, as in Matchroom, we know what we're doing, and that's why we got our exemption request in before anybody could call an IBF immediate purse bid. You know, well, why didn't Team Sauerland call an immediate purse? I don't get it. Why how was Eddie Hearn able to get in there before Sauerland were? You know, I don't know. Let me know what you think, people. It's happening. I'm out.